What up, my people? How y'all doing? What it is? What's going on? Wagwan, Walapazo. My name is Ruby and welcome to this episode of HR Fridays. Before I even tell you what is happening today, you guys know the drill surely. Get your tab, get your iPhone, get your iPad, get your Android phone. Go on to YouTube and subscribe to House of Ruby. Go on to Facebook and like the page House of Ruby. Because if you've not yet subscribed, guys, you are missing out on a lot of stuff. For instance, we do have a daily series called That's It. That is giving you basic tips of life that surely everybody assumes that you should know, but we don't want to take it for granted. It has been happening through since 1st of June, and it continues to happen. So go ahead, click subscribe, click like, and get these basic daily tips on life. Not only that, but at House of Ruby, we do have a variety of services. I mean, we have a mortgagee, we have a saxophonist, we have a decorator, we have a planner, we have a chef whose restaurant Decolel is currently on the Safeboard app, so go check it out. And when I say Decolel, my people from the Northern Connection understand what I mean. But for those of you who are not from the Northern Connection, Decolel does mean pested food. So if you're a fan of all this pested food, go ahead and check it out. But we do have a DJ, an MC, PA system, sound, HR services, motivational speaking services, whatever it is, name it. We are a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So if you're not subscribed, surely be in shame, but use this time to subscribe so that you can catch up on everything that is happening. Now, this episode of HR Fridays is one that is very dear to me. We're calling it HR Fridays Across Borders. It is very dear to me because my sister is among the guests that we're going to be listening to while she shares her experience on disruption. My sister was locked down in Italy where she went to do her master's and hasn't been able to come back, but we're hoping that she will be able to come back soon. Now, her and a couple and a group of her friends as well from Ecuador, from Colombia, Santa Barbara, San Diego, all over, had gone to study in Italy where they were locked down. So they are sharing their experience on how they have dealt with the disruption in their lives, and they're also giving you advice on the things that you can do to go through a disruption. So for now, the airports may be locked, but HR Fridays is not locked down. So let us take a trip to Italy.
Hi, my name is Denise.
Judith Engela. Montserrat Corso.
Angie.
Ronald Tibaral.
Santiago, I'm from Colombia.
Maria Castillo.
How was my life being disrupted? I think of course the lockdown had changed for us all of our lifestyle. Mainly, without the possibility to go outside and have our normal life.
I came here in January. I had a lot of expectations regarding this program. Wanted to learn a lot, wanted to travel a lot, wanted to go around a lot. And surprisingly, after a little more than a month, everything just stopped. And there was barely a thing that we could do about it.
So we were actually in Chile and we came back 1 week or maybe 2 weeks before lockdown. And in the airport people wore masks and we're like, okay, something is happening. And then we came back and it was during carnival, so it was vacation, and then just everything ended. No more school, no more classes, no more master classes. So I was attending the master class. And boom, we have to stay at home.
Well, I came to Italy. To me, Italy is like my second home because it's my third time here. I came to Italy very excited to learn about coffee, undertake the Master's of Coffee Economics and Science in Trieste. And then 6 weeks into the course, life suddenly changed, thanks to Corona. And then we didn't know what to do. First, 1 week they said schools have closed, and it was okay. And then the second week, schools closed. It was still okay because, it had been 6 weeks, we were tired, we thought we needed a break. So we thought, okay, no problem. And then towards the end of the second week, we thought, okay, maybe the schools will open next week. And then in the third week again, they said schools had been closed. So we began to worry. We thought, okay, this thing is real. Shops were beginning to close down. The city that had once become Trieste, which was a very beautiful city, then suddenly started to look like a ghost town because we had these new rules: stay 1 meter apart, do not come close to one another. And then we were locked down, complete and total lockdown. And it seemed like coronavirus was suddenly being manufactured in Italy. The news that was being reported about the deaths was shocking. Yeah, but anyway, so eventually, after the 3 weeks, like I said, the foundation, we were lucky that the foundation started the online classes, so we're excited we were able to go back and study. And we thought we'd go back to class, but unfortunately that was the end. And now we have online classes for the rest of the course. What was your experience?
Well, my life being disruptive, it all started like Judith said. For me, it was the first time I traveled to Europe. So for me, it was like, oh my God, so I was very excited. And that week, I remember we made a trip to Milan. I was really excited to be like in the fashion city. Oh my God, I was sending pictures to my family. But the second day we were in Milan, everything, like the chaos.
Oh yeah, it was Carnival.
Exactly.
Yeah, Carnival period.
So I remember we went to the most attractive place of Milan, that is the Duomo. It was very normal that day. But next day, when everything, like cases were increasing here, yeah, lockdown started. Everything, like everyone, there was no one in the streets. And that day we had to come back to Trieste. While we were coming, like in the bus was very uncomfortable because everyone was like wearing a mask, and if you hear someone coughing or you were like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, you're starting to put the scarf in my nose because yeah, it was very nerve-wracking.
In my case, I feel like I had so much plans to go outside, and that things changed when the lockdown started. So I had to adjust my kind of lifestyle, my plans to the new situation.
Well, for me, it's like, I'm thinking from another point of view. I came here to do my master because I wanted to do something different in my life. I wanted to do something out of the standard, But now everything is uncertain, everything is basically going down. But also it's a good opportunity to think in another way. Realize that we all are susceptible to small things, and also we have to develop new strategies to succeed.
So I also came here with a lot of illusion to do this master's program. So we came here in January, and basically it took like 2 months, and then everything started happening. So it was really difficult at the beginning because we thought it was going to end faster and that it was not going to be that long. But when the time started passing, everything started going worse. So we basically took like 3 months being in lockdown, and it was difficult because we couldn't see other people, we couldn't go out, we were basically locked in a really small place.
Well, it depends. I think it has positive parts and negative parts because disruption makes you stop, makes you think, it mixes up, it like stirs, and it's like chaos, and from chaos good things can happen. So I don't think it's such a bad thing.
I don't know if someone is prepared for a disruption. I think it's not the same as disruption as a stop. A stop you can choose. I think a disruption you cannot choose when a disruption happens.
But I think in the good thing of this disruption or changing the life is like I learned like to live my life in a relaxed way, and like planning day by day the things. With the coronavirus situation, we are not able to think in a long periods of time.
In my experience, disruption is both good and bad. On the negative side, disruption has caused us to be on a total roller coaster of emotions. We've been locked up in an apartment with just you and your roommate, and we were told we shouldn't even interact, and yet we lived in the same building. So some days you'd wake up, you're super excited, I got this, I'm strong-minded, you think that yes, I can do it. Then the next day, you're super angry. Sometimes at yourself, sometimes at the professors, I don't know, at your roommates, at life, at the fact that you're stuck in another country. Then another time you are so sad. You know, it's been a situation where you reach highs, super happy, then sometimes you're so sad, you feel like, what's going to happen to me next? That was the negative part. And the positive part is I have learned how to adapt to change, because this has been a different kind of change that I have never experienced it. It's not like I remember the stories that our parents used to tell us about the war and how they struggled and how they fought for freedom and all that. I've grown up in a very peaceful society where no one is fighting. But this felt like I said, a prison, but without police guards and all. So for me, I've learned how to cope with change and to basically learn to work under pressure.
For me, the negative part of disruption is that you feel helpless because you start receiving news from back home. Suddenly you know that someone of your family has the virus and you don't know how to help them. You're starting to see news, you feel helpless. But the positive thing that I got from this situation is that I learned to be a lot of patient, tolerant, and be more understandable to other people. Yeah.
Understanding of the situation.
Yeah. Because it was not just me the one who was having this situation, it was everyone that was having a hard time with this. Probably ones were having a lot, even a worse time than what I was having.
Well, I think it's a good thing, because now you can see like a lot of small business that didn't have before e-commerce, and basically they were in the internet. Now they are using this technology, they are applying new stuff, they are implementing new tools in the business. So I think it's a good opportunity to do good changes in their lives.
I think it also helps you appreciate what you have, like appreciate the small things and appreciate change, and makes you think in a different way. What can you do about what's happening, or you can settle or you can do something about it, so it's also good for your mind.
Yeah, and you also learn how to deal with problems with different perspective, and also to use better the time you have, because you don't know how much time do you have left to do stuff you have been planning to do.
Try to live the day. That was super difficult for me. Try to live one thing at a time. Try to get the most out of the moments, being surrounded by people that I care and love, meeting new friends. We've been talking lately, like trying to give feedbacks about what COVID did to our lives, and fortunately, due to disruption, I think that I've made new friends.
Well, for manage this lockdown and this disruption, I started to study, by the way, about the coronavirus, about the implications in the economy, in my country, in my business. So that's makes me have another position, another idea, or makes me have a better ideas about how to manage the future consequences of the coronavirus.
The first thing that I decided I would do is to be happy. Because like Angie said, it could have been worse. People were dying, and I learned to be more grateful. I realized, one, I was alive, I thank God. Two, I was healthy. My classmates were okay. And then I started trying to put myself in other people's situations and realized that I am basically rich because I had food, I had a roof over my head, I had good health. And I know my family and friends kept calling, oh, we're seeing the news in Italy, we're worried about you, and I had to tell them that no, I'm very okay. So I had to work on my mental health. I used to set goals, and I'll tell myself, this week, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to achieve. And I'll go back to my goals almost every week or every month and say, okay, this is what I said I would do, this is what I didn't do, and this is what I need to do this week. Another thing that I did to cope with the change or the disruption was to fall back on my hobbies. I love to dance, I love to sing, I love to watch movies. So when I felt like it was too much, I'll play a Zumba video and dance and sing, and then I'll be very happy, or I'll basically watch a movie or something like that. Or call my family and my friends who were there for me and who I used to call and talk to, so they made the situation a lot easier.
I support myself a lot with my family. So in this situation, I developed like a better relationship with my family, talking to them every day, because I know they were going through this situation too. They gave me support, and I was trying to be supportive for them too. Also, a way like Judith mentioned was to keep on the mental health, because if you don't keep yourself calm, let's say, how can you also help the person who's living with you to be calm too? So yeah, you need to work on your mental health.
No, it was hard.
Yeah.
It was so hard. It's actually a good thing we had class.
What have I done? I trained my patience a lot. I really trained my patience, and I cooked a lot also. I always cook, but since it was lunch, dinner, both of them, for the family, and just try to respect other people in the house, and try not to like invade spaces.
Like at the beginning, like it was not that hard, as we said, because we thought it was like something that was going to happen. But eventually, you have to start like dealing with everyone's feelings, dealing with your own feelings. Then, so you have to learn how to manage your feelings, but you have to sometimes let it out, sometimes talk with people. But I think the most important thing is being surrounded by the people that you love, and supportive friends, supportive environment. Like try to keep up positive in the situation. To exercise.
Basically, pretty much. And also, I think that well, everything is a state of mind. So if you try to be positive in this period, you will do great things. And also, I mean, trying to take advantage of the time, because we were pretty much free with plenty of time. So I try to improve small things that I knew were my weakness. So I was basically working in that part of my life. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what have you done?
I think that what helped me to deal with it was to be surrounded by people that it's positive, and to, you know, try to distract your mind with like learning stuff. Even if it's not reading a book, you can learn from with the people you're surrounded by. So that kind of stuff helped me.
Like, don't take things for granted. I think like try to do things, like not let the things for another day, or think you have everything and that everything is going to be there. Appreciate what you have and do what makes you happy, and surround yourself with people that make you happy.
Yeah. Well, don't avoid procrastination. Basically, yeah. Try to do your best day by day. Don't think like the lockdown is gonna be forever. Just think that the next day is gonna be better. The next day is going to be a good day. Also, I mean, try to get in contact with good people. Those kind of people that you know that always are positive and always are giving you good advices. Yeah.
I would say to look at the bright side, because it's the only thing you have left to, is the attitude you have towards the problem that's gonna take you to do something better out of this situation. Like, it depends on you.
Yeah. The grass is always green on the other side.
One thing would be to refocus your energy, because this has been a big blow to very many people. So one thing I would be, okay, definitely first thing would be to pray, make God your anchor. Two would be to refocus your energy, because that's what I did. I decided I will not go this way, I will not take the leap, I will not nose dive and plunge in the negative area. So I decided to refocus my energy on good things, see what I want to do with my life, and then see how I'm going to achieve those things. And Angie?
I would say, like, always, it's good to sometimes want to have your time, but it's okay to talk with someone else too, because you feel like you're not alone in this. And sometimes if you want to cry, it's good too.
Yeah, because we realized that it could have been worse.
Yeah.
You always need to pay attention about the opportunities that gives you a change, or have a change. It's always at the beginning you could see that like as something disgusting, something that you don't like to face it, but at the end these changes will give you some new opportunities. So my advice is pay attention about that, being open mind about the things and about the new possibilities.
Think about that you're not the only person that is living this. A whole part of the world has already gone through it and they survived. Not everyone survived, unfortunately, but yeah.
Oh, breathe. Breathe. Accept that bad things also can happen and we cannot control that. And life is a matter of having those two sides and trying to find for the perfect / imperfect balance, because what for me is perfect for someone else might not be.
So in conclusion, stay safe and don't forget to wash your hands.
So stay safe.
Don't forget
To wash your hands.
Yeah, so thank you for listening. Don't forget, stay safe, wash your hands, and yeah. Hey, love from Italy.
Thank you so much, Judy, Angie, Nicole, Montserrat. I hope I said the name right. Mafa, Ronald, Santiago, Denise. Thank you guys so much for sharing your story, and I do pray that you are reunited with your family soon. For the rest of you guys who are here with your families, are you seeing how guys want to come home, but for you, you're just anyway, thank you so much for watching this episode. Please be sure to comment. I think it's around here. Comment and tell us how, first of all, COVID has impacted you. How has it disrupted your life? Tell us as well what you think about the videos and what they have shared. One of the things that stands out for me is each of them said two things that stood out. Stay positive. Stay positive, stay positive, stay positive in your mind, in your thoughts. But as well, surround yourselves with people who love you. Surround yourselves with people who are going to help build you up and not put you down. And indeed, you will make it through the disruption. One of them said, actually, when disruption is here, accept that it has come and go through it. It is not necessarily a bad thing. Remember to subscribe, to click like on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. But as well, if you've subscribed and you want to know the moment I upload a video, there is a bell. I think it's here. Click on that bell and you'll get notifications the moment a video has been uploaded. Once again, my name is Ruby Engena. This is HR Fridays. You are the CEO of you. See you next month.